Hello and welcome to this Backwards Compatible podcast. Today we'll be looking at Hellboy and the B.P.R.D. 1952, number 4. Now we've already looked at number 3 in the previous podcast, so you can search that one out. And there's a written review as well for the first part of the series on the site as well. So as you can see, I've been quite enjoying this series, to be honest. It has a great creative team in Mike Mignola, John Arcudi, Alex Maleev, and Dave Stewart on colours as well. Alex Maleev is the artist, so I should mention that. I think when you can look through the artwork that's flashing through on the screen now, you can see that this really is just, I don't know, it's just sumptuous to look at. Now I've got the physical is there, and again there are a few certain pages in there, and it just looks at it it's in the physical. I just prefer it. I do like digital comics, don't get me wrong. I know I buy quite a lot of digital comics, but there's something about the red of Hellboy, and I think this scene in particular, as you can see with all the jars with all the people in them, it just looks absolutely phenomenal. And again, it's something that I've been poring over for quite a while. So visually speaking, this really is kind of a bit of a tour de force, really. Now, what's great about this issue is, let's just face it, we can't wait to see Hellboy kick a bit of ass, and in this issue he gets his chance, and you think that it's going to be the climax, but it isn't. And I'm not going to ruin what happens in this issue, but it really is just it's a great setting up point for for the future of Hellboy and the B.P.R.D. I just love the way that it kind of it moves around. It moves around within the story. It has a great pace. It's a bit mixed. So some parts are quite ploddy, and then suddenly it kicks off, and then it will slow back down again in different sections. And I think that just is a great storytelling, and it really does keep you on your toes, both visually and through the narrative as well. So again, I think. It sounds strange, but I've said that I think for issue 3 I said you shouldn't start here, you should start on 1. I think you could actually just read this issue, because I think it does a good job of setting up everything that's going on. Again, I still would always say go back to the start is always the best thing to do, but I do think that in this issue it really does a great job of showing you exactly what we're building towards. So it really does work well. I can't wait for the next parts to come out, because again it's the one side problem is just wanting more and more and more. But I think this is probably one of my favourite issues of the year so far. I know it's only March, but that's still not too bad. And again, for a standalone, again it works. Obviously it's still better to read the whole thing, but I think just by the way that the story works, it really is a great read and definitely worth it. The relationship between Archie and Hellboy develops a bit more in this issue, but not too much. You don't get a great deal, but you do sense that they are friends, which is great. So that relationship really seems to have come along quite a nice way as well. So as I say, watch out for the ending. And the great thing about it, another good thing about the physical issue as well, is that at the end of it you have a bit of a preview for Baltimore, the Cult of the Red King, which looks pretty damn good, and that's coming out in May. I think it's coming. So I'm going to do a little bit of counting. I do apologise. 1, 2, 3. It's only it's 3 pages and a cover, but it really does. It's one of those a lovely visual style, and definitely something that I think I'm going to check out in the future. So thank you very much for listening and watching. Obviously, we'll take care, and we will see you again.